Well, hello there, and hey, look at that. We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Morning Show evening update. How we doing out there? I think everybody's having a good day if you're in the crypto space. We're going to take a look at the charts here. Let's go over what we're going to talk about in this update. We're going to look at, first of all, how about Bitcoin shredding through the 52K mark and BNB rips to the all-time high, and I can explain why. And we're going to do the chart price and updates and going to go over some news and events that kind of unfolded today. Take a quick look at some mobile apps, and then we're going to do a deep dive into Doge and have a look at that coin. And then at the end of this stream, we'll do some ticker requests. So if you're out there, show some love in that chat room. It is open, and we're hoping to see you in there. Well, let me send the welcome message out there. There it goes. And we're glad you're here. Welcome, everybody. So let's jump into Bitcoin, BTC. Right now, if you're just beginning or just brand new to charting and technical analysis, just kind of stick with us. Kind of watch through. You'll get some insight into technical analysis and how uh, you know it'll come to you. Just it may look a little foreign at first, but just hang in there. We got some good stuff coming up. So let's get into it. So we're looking at the Bitcoin BTC USD 1 hour chart. Data is coming from CoinBase. And the current price is $52,227.17 USD. And we're currently looking at, for the day, a 6.24% increase in price. And so if you were with us this morning, we did have a look at the support levels down in the 51,147, which held, and then we bounced off of there really well. There's some significant support there, and we got all the way up to 52,640.35 was the high of the day. And so we're going to put resistance right now at 52,482 to try to climb through that resistance. We can actually tweak that. We can make this a little bigger for you. There we go. Let's tweak that a little bit before we hold off here. So we do have a hammer. This is called a bull hammer. When you have the the price started here, the bulls bought it up, pushed the price up. It did close red, but hey, we got a shot to getting through this. Taking a look at the 1226 and the 100-day moving average. They are in the proper order for an uptrend. We do see a little bit of volume tapering off as we head into the evening hours here in the United States, and RSI is overbought. So keep that in mind. We may come down to retest some lower support levels than I have indicated here. In fact, you will set support at 51,956.55. Look for that to hold. If we fail to maintain that support, look for the 12-day moving average to provide a support. As you can see, we've been bouncing off of that average all day. All right, so we are sorted in my favorites list over here to the right by price increase. So let's have a look at Binance Coin, BNB USD. This is calculated by TradingView from the Binance data feed. And we did reach, I'm going to leave these here just for a second. I'll adjust them for you, but these are the ones that I'd set earlier today. As you can see, we came up to this resistance, broke through it, and managed to poke all the way up to 168.31, where you started to kind of taper off a little bit. Top price got all the way up to 178.23, $178.23 USD. So that means we're going to be looking at, as we try to climb back up on the hourly chart, we're going to be looking at the 169 level. So you could roughly say 170 even, psychological round number that we're going to have to try to get through. Let's move our level of support up to, we're going to look in this range right here at 160.69. 160.69, second level of support down at 152.25. That is BNB USD. We're in good shape on the moving averages. We're trading above average volume, and we are way overbought. And so that may need to cool down a little bit. So hopefully, ideally, we can just kind of bounce around between support and resistance and consolidate for a while, let that RSI down here cool off. So moving on to Litecoin, LTC USD. This is the data feed from CoinBase. And so if you're trading on CoinBase, what you should see is the price should be the same. So basically, TradingView takes, this is what I'm using to chart here, TradingView takes the data from these particular exchanges. Sorry, I just peeked over at the chat room. If you have any tickers you want me to go over, put them in the chat if you're out there. Say hello. So we're going to readjust. As you see, we had this resistance level, excuse me, set earlier today, and we did get through there for another bull run up to, looks like we got all the way up to 237.33 was the high of the day in the top of these wicks. So we're going to move our resistance up as we're trying to poke through. We'll use the wicks on these candles. I usually like to use the body of the candle, but we'll go up to the wicks. So we got to look for 237.19 to poke through that for continuation to the upside. As you can see, we're finding good support on this 12-day moving average on the ride up. You can also we could plot a trend line if that's what you're into, which would look something like that. So you can anticipate the uptrend to continue. It's going to stay on this trend line as the 12, 26, and all 100 days start to move in the direction of the price. We do have slight descending volume down here. We are trading, we're still early into this candle. We have 9 minutes left. So trading above average in volume. RSI is just around the overbought area, so we may need some consolidation. And in doing so, let's put our support level up in this region here. And then the secondary level of support would be in the right at 229.77. Initial support 231.69, and secondary level support 229.84. That's LTC USD, which is up, by the way, 12.51%. The biggest mover today that I have in my favorites is Binance Coin, and we'll talk about that here in a few, why that's the case. Having a look at CELO. Let's get rid of some of these lines. It's looking a little bit cluttered here. There we go. So as you can see, this particular coin, there was not much volume during the trading day, and if there was volume, it's kind of tapered off. So at the moment, it doesn't have focus, so or any hype that we know of. So we're going to just look at some support levels that we're going to try to hold on to. Looks like we're going to come down to 479 first level of support. Second level of support would be in this range to where we had, our resistance becomes support on the way down. And then the third level is down in this range here. CELO USD, CELO. Moving on to CGLD USD. This is up 5% today. Nice rise up, and it looks like we have a lot of wicks on these candles, which usually indicates either there's heavy high frequency trading on it or folks taking profit. So it's just being heavily traded, day traded, and folks taking positions and getting out. So first level support, we are down to $4.82 USD. And then we're going to have to move our resistance because we're going to have to break past the $4, let's say roughly the $5 mark, which is a nice round psychological number to get through. Moving on to Ethereum Classic, ETC. Pretty much we're going sideways on ETC. And we're consolidating. As you can see, the 100-day is, we have the 12-day in the center, 26-day underneath, and 100-day above. So not much indication of any upside at the moment. So let's look for it to hold support at this level. Also, we did get some support on the last two candles on the 12-day. So if we break the 12-day, look for it to come down and test the $14.977. There we go. DOT USD. And we have, again, very similar pattern. Is we have resistance. It is challenging right now. It's testing resistance. And at 32.059. So we'll just go ahead and move our resistance level up to 32.20 and look for it to maintain support on this double bottom here, the body of these two candles. Initial support would be 31.68, second level support 31.36. We have volume is tapering off, and the RSI is not completely overbought, but just underneath at 60.92, 70 would be the overbought range typically. We'll poke in real quick and have a look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, which is getting up there. I know that Bitcoin is knocking on the 1 trillion market cap, which would be 8th in the world on market cap. So basically it is approaching to take on Silver and Alphabet, aka Google, in market cap. So it's very significant hunk of change in there. So if folks try to tell you different, very significant. Moving on down to GRT USD. This one's traded on CoinBase, and I'm not certain if it's available on Binance, but check me on that. Let me know in the chat if you're out there. And we did reach the 221 today, and the all-time high for this particular coin was $2.89 USD. So we're getting close to the all-time high. Pretty decent little trend line right there. We could probably draw there. Let's say that. Hey, there we go. Just in there. So look for it to poke through just a little bit, but we're not too particular on that. So we're going to look for support at $2.11 USD. And you see the resistance line I have drawn up here at 219. We have several things. We have the 12 and 26 did cross favorably for the upside, and they're both moving up in the direction of the 100-day. So we can ideally anticipate maybe by tomorrow morning for the two lower moving averages to cross the 100-day, which would be upside continuation if we do get the if volume continues. Moving on to MKR USD. I was amazed at the amount of, I mean, this thing is $2,617 is, pretty significant coin here. So we're going to draw that 216.64 resistance we're trying to poke through. and we've got some pretty decent. We might as well, yeah, we get that wick, we'll get the top of that candle, top of that candle. Right in that region there, 2,055, 555 and 90 cents, 97 cents USD. We need to keep an eye on the volume, it's kind of low, and the RSI is heading up to overbought. So keep eye on this one. Once again, okay, moving on to Ethereum, ETH USD on CoinBase. Ethereum got all the way up to 1877.88, which I don't think we can see on the hourly chart, but we're going to look for the first level of resistance we're trying to break through is 1857.07, and look for us to hold support at 1829. So keep an eye on that. We do have descending volume. You did get the 26 and 100-day moving average cross. So it looks like we may be having a go at this one here. So look for it to break through. And then if it does get through this range here, which will be the high of the day, we may be heading to blue sky breakout with Ethereum. So all eyes on Ethereum at the moment. Moving on to IOTA. IOTA USD. You can see here it's pretty cozy with support on this 26-day moving average, so we can count on that. We'll use the wick of this candle if we wanted to get real tight with it. We could put support at $1.29, and looking at resistance at first level is going to be at 132 USD. Moving on to FIL, FIL USD. As you can see, this morning I haven't charted this one till now, so we had this one, the support at 41.47. It did come down to retest support, bounce back up, so that's looking good. We did get the 12.26 cross that we talked about this morning, and then now we have our lower two, the 12 and 26 moving averages heading up to the 100 cross. So this one may be a good one to trade later on this evening. FIL USD, although we do have descending volume, and then we'll have a look at Bitcoin dominance in a minute to see where the money's flowing. BTT USD, this is BitTorrent. It's a competitor to FIL. They're both data storage solutions for the blockchain. All the moving averages are in the right directions. Looks like we've been in some consolidation for quite a while. Very, very low volume, under average. So this one looks to be pretty quiet at the moment. XLM, USD, Stellar. You can see here we're trying to push through this 100-day moving average. We had 2 goes at it with no success so far. So we're going to go look at support at around 49 cents, and then resistance up here at 0.508 for continuation. You do have some significant volume on Stellar, above average, and then this candle's new, so you got some time left, and it does look to be getting some love here. 1226, the 26 cross underneath the 12, and they're heading up towards the 100. So look for that one for continuation as well. EOS, we're going sideways, not much volume, just barely poked above the average volume, and RSI is kind of steady. It looks like we may be seeing, when we go look at Bitcoin dominance, we may see that the alts are getting some love now. As we run into the evening, Tron, TRX, USD. Hey, let's get some levels here. And there we go. So the first, we just popped right through that one. So getting up here. So we're going to have some resistance. As you can see, we're banging away at this 100-day moving average on our way up. So look, we need some volume to come in to get us through there. And look for support. As you can see, right on this 26-day, it just touched down and bounced right up. So let's put support at 0.0528 for Tron. VeChain, VET-USD. And you don't really have to worry too much about pairing. So if it gets you, if you're from another country or something, but it's all relative. So we're going to put support for VeChain at 0.0502. And we're going up to challenge 0.0519. Somewhat of a healthy consolidation here, so we'd look for a higher low, or we need to break above resistance. And you'd have one more level here to get through, and then, of course, volume would tell the story. NANO saw a lot of not information, but a lot of activity on NANO for some reason today on Twitter and such. I don't know if someone's trying to run it. I did see some news on, I think it was Tron, where they're trying to hire celebrities to try to pump their coin and stuff like that. So that's unfortunate. You have to keep that in mind. There's going to be bad actors out there always, and just do your due diligence and be very cautious when you're filtering information. I'm going to check over in the chat real fast. Don't see anyone in there. If you're here on the stream, say hello. Let me know if you have a ticker you want me to have a look at here. Descending volume on NANO. Pretty much sideways at the moment. We do have the 1226 cross, and you have the 100-day moving average underneath, which is supportive of upside potential, but descending volume. So keep an eye out there. We'll do a few more, and then we'll move on. So ADA, USD, Cardano, also getting a lot of attention for some reason. I don't really know why, but we'll mark, there's our level of support at 0.879. And looks like we're trying to overtake this resistance up at, we'll use this wick. This would be the actual one. So just see if it pokes through here at 0.90, then you're going to look up to your second level would be 0.908. For continuation, we are heading into, move that out of the way, on the RSI, we're heading into the overbought. So keep that in mind, and then watch the volume. The RSI, if the volume's on and folks are piling in, then the RSI is out the window usually. So, but usually with low volume or descending volume, you can either count on continuation or consolidation. Let's do, okay, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. As we expected, on the run up today, we saw a major influx of money leave the altcoin space, go into Bitcoin. Now it's starting to retreat a little bit. And then we did get the averages cross here on Bitcoin dominance, but the Bitcoin dominance right now is 62.52. This is percent, not dollars. So that's how representative of the entire market cap. So 62.51% of the crypto market cap. And then we can't forget about Doge. And we'll talk about Doge here in a minute in pretty good detail. So Doge, unfortunately, here on the hourly hour, we have the 12, 2600 day, which is inverted, which typically means we're looking for downside potential. there was a massive, big chunk of volume came in there and didn't even move the needle. I don't know if that was someone trying to protect that price, but it does look like we bounced off support right there. So we're going to mark that support at 0.04915, 0.04919. Excuse me. We did get into the oversold. We just touched it and bounced up. So usually we'll see what's called a dead cat bounce. This thing will bounce up, hit the 12-day, bounce back down, and then hopefully we'll look to set a higher low over in here and push through these two areas of resistance. So we're going to move our resistance level down because we got a battle in front of us for a little while, unfortunately. And next level of resistance is going to be right in here, 0.0530. And that pretty much wraps it up. I'll give it a few seconds. I'll have a peek over in the chat room and see if anyone's out there. I don't see any comments or anything like that. Just fine. I do see we have some people watching. Thank you for hanging in there. So one of the things we're going to talk about, first of all, is just a few things today that moved the needle around. And before we do that, we're going to get into discussion. There we go. Let's go to CoinGecko. And so basically what's happening is we've got companies like BlackRock who joined ARK Invest and BNY Bank and Tesla and RIOT Blockchain. Basically, BlackRock has indicated they're going to go in 70 billion stake in Bitcoin. So what they're seeing is Bitcoin's almost at $1 trillion market cap, which is 8th in the world. I mentioned this earlier. And that's going to be, once it hits $1 trillion, it's going to overtake Silver and Google, which is Alphabet. So in addition, you've got companies, and I'll show you their chart. I know this is not a stock channel, but these are companies that you have RIOT Blockchain here. As you can see, it's just straight up rocket ship for them because their involvement in Bitcoin. You have this one is Marathon Patent Group, another big investor in BTC. And then we're going to go down to MSTR. I just want to show you really quick MicroStrategies, because this company, they're buying, and you can see I traded this a little bit, but they are buying every bit of Bitcoin and get their hands on. And because basically they see that the fact that, Bitcoin's once it gets $1 trillion, then that's significant of a market cap. It kind of it's not going to totally eliminate market manipulation, but it does make it more difficult and to move the needle, because with Bitcoin you only have 21 million coins ever, and already there's 18 million of those coins in circulation. So you only have 3 more million coins that are going to be mined and introduced into circulation. So basically, when you consider that, you have supply and demand, right? So you have low supply, high demand, which it's designed that way. Satoshi designed it that way to ensure that it was going to continue to increase in price. All right, and then what else do we have? So Coinbase, which is one of the major exchanges here in the United States, they have Coinbase and Coinbase Pro apps for your phone and desktop trading. They're getting ready to IPO, so they're set for a 77 billion valuation. And this could probably get 100 billion by the time they get the IPO. So what people are seeing is that, let me switch over to Binance Coin because this is going to segue right into that conversation. So basically, to own some of Coinbase, you have to wait for them to IPO, and that means that you can buy stock in the company once they go public, right? But And Coinbase doesn't have a Coinbase token, right? So folks are starting to think, well, wait a minute. Now, Binance has Binance Coin or Binance Token, which actually allows you to invest in that company, in that token, without them being trading on the exchange. So you can actually participate in the success of Binance as an exchange just by owning that coin. And that's basically why that you can somewhat explain this rocket ship right here. And the only additional thing that would contribute to this is the fact that the influx of money coming in when you sign up for Binance Exchange, you convert your USD into BNB USD. And if you hold some of that Binance on the exchange, they give you a reduction in fees. So your transaction fees are cut like, I think, 70%. It's ridiculous. So all you have to do is hold, I think it's, and you can check me on this, but I think it's only like 0.50 Binance coin. If you hold that amount, then your fees are reduced, your trading fees. So you can trade all you want and pay a lot lesser fees. So those two things are contributing factors on why I think Binance Coin is, a good solid coin to be a part of, if that's your thing. Just remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some redneck on the internet. So there you go. So keep that in mind. And one other thing I wanted to show everyone is the price of gold. We'll look at it on the daily chart. Well, maybe the 4-hour. Yeah. So you can see, gold used to be a hedge to the US dollar and a hedge against inflation. So investors would buy gold, either physical gold or these particular ETFs that are out there, all these things. So gold was your hedge against inflation and the dollar. Well, what it looks like is happening is people are exiting gold and going into Bitcoin. And contrary to what I call them Yahoo Crynance and Doomberg, which are, they're just basically bashing any kind of cryptocurrency, and because all their entire business model is invested in the stock market or in the financial institutions, things like that. So that's their bag of tea, right? So that's where they're going. Just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye, because money looks to be moving away from precious metals, even for that matter, away from gold, silver, um, some of the other ones there that, and you can see this indication here. It just keeps going and going. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll check over in the chat and see if anyone's out there. If you're out there, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and we can keep this content a coming. So next in, we're going to talk about Doge, and I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive into Doge because I know some folks out there are holding Doge, and hopefully you are responsible with it and you're not, considerably underwater, but it is, as we saw in the chart when we flip back over there. We'll pull up Doge. It's down. It's almost flat for the day, but you can see it got all the way up to 0.08. We're down to 0.04, and we've got some problems too coming up with the 100-day crossing up. So that's that. So let's talk about Doge. So some of the things that people don't understand about Doge is, first of all, let me get over to where's it at? There we go. Here we go. So I'm using CoinGecko, and I'll put this link in the chat, and then later on in the down in the comment section. Let me pop that in there for you. There we go. I'm using CoinGecko, which is a really good website. They have a lot of good, insightful information. I found it to be pretty darn accurate. I haven't seen anything like that there was any kind of shenanigans going on. So, first of all, what you got to understand about Doge was Doge is a fork of Litecoin. And basically, Litecoin was developed by Charlie Lee, who cloned Bitcoin. He cloned the Bitcoin code. And so, in essence, Doge is a fork of a clone BTC. So, some people are saying it's a fork of BTC, which I don't think technically is accurate. So, and the whole fork discussion is way beyond what we want to talk about tonight because we're going to try to keep it short. So basically, Doge has been around since when was it? It was around December 26, 2013, and currently there are 128.5 billion Doge in circulating. You can see right here, and you see this little sign out to the right, and what that means is infinity. That's the infinity sign. So basically, what they're telling you is, although right now there's 128.5 billion Doge in circulation, it's scheduled and programmed to produce 5.26 billion Doge per year and forever. It never stops minting Doge. So when people talk about, I'm not trying to bash Doge or nothing like that, but when people talk about Doge going to $1, and when you do the math, I can show you here, like you take how the market cap is computed, you take the number of the circulating supply, multiply that times price, and that's your market cap. So for Doge to get all the way up to $1, the market cap of Doge would have to be the combined market cap of all cryptocurrency, which would be, what is it, 1 trillion something billion. It's a lot. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's not possible, because anything is possible as far as I'm concerned. You do want to think about what kind of effort it's going to take to move this needle, right? So, but with that said, a couple things that I looked at, Doge's GitHub, which is we've got shown over here. This is it. You can actually get this from the CoinGecko. You can see that there wasn't much activity 2014, 2015, 2019, 2019, and now it's starting to see a little bit of activity. And these are from programmers or folks that are working on the Doge project, right? So there is a good argument to say that, well, Doge doesn't need any maintenance or work because it was basically come from Bitcoin and Litecoin code, which is pretty clean and amazing, right? So there's an argument. One thing you can look at is on the positive side, Doge is up 55,537% from when it started. So 55,537%. And of course, the all-time high at this point, it has been like 0.0839. Right here, we're looking at the Dogecoin website, which is dogecoin.com. And so basically, I wanted to just go over that with you. Also, I wanted to show you one more thing before we go there. I'm sorry to bounce around so much, but Doge is ranked. Where are you at, Doge? There we are, 15th in market cap. So total market cap, total market cap at 5 billion, which is no, I'm sorry, it's 6 billion, almost 63.51. So that's pretty darn significant. Of rank 15 out of, I think there's 6,296 coins in counting. So basically, with that said, you can make money trading Doge. You can day trade it. You can swing trade it. Even consider a long-term holding it. But just consider though, if you do hold it, that there's going to be more coins introduced into circulation, into the inventory. So that's going to grossly offset the demand. And so, that just makes the escalation in price harder to come by. So when you compare that, Doge has 128.5 billion coins in circulation to Bitcoin. Bitcoin only has 12 million coins, and that's all it's ever going to be. And so out of that 12 million, there's already 18.6 million coins in circulation. So what does that leave us left? Not many. Yeah, you can see it right here. There's our circulating supply, 18.6 out of 21. Max supply, 21. That's it. So that's what makes Bitcoin, to me, as a store of value, is the fact that it's scarcity, and it's becoming more scarce every day as folks buy a bunch of it. All they can get their hands on. So with that said, that's all I have for this evening's update. I appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing, doing all those things. That helps the YouTube algorithm and makes me feel a lot better when you do that. So thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again. We stream every morning. It's 7 a.m. Central Time, and Monday through Friday. And then that's for your drive into work. If you're driving into work nowadays, or if you're just waking up, walking over to the desk and going to work, or just chilling, doesn't matter. Join us. Appreciate you. Stay safe, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let it go. Let it go.